Okay, here's our Automata box and axle. We've put mates on the box and the axle using the group command, and we've added a revolute mate to the axle, and it rotates. And I'm just going to go through and add the cams and the followers. So if you had trouble, this is the video for you. I think I'm going to turn off visibility of the axle collar here. And so the first thing I'm going to insert is the hex, not the hex cam, the elliptical cam. Right there. So we'll put it in there. And then we will attach a fastened mate to the center there and there. Look at it from the front. It does look like it's where we want it to be, and as we've talked about earlier, and you can use that PDF that I've attached, this distance I believe, well, let me pull up the PDF. Actually, it's right here in terms of the drawing. So that distance is 1.375 that I need to move over, and so I can edit that fastened mate and go 1.375 in the negative direction, and I'm there. Okay, let's animate, make sure everything worked okay. Looks like it did. My elliptical cam is pretty big. It's too big, so I can left click on it, change configuration, and I'm going to change this to 1.5. So you had to have made the elliptical cam using configuration variables for that to work. Let's go ahead and check it again. Okay, that's working fine. Okay, one down, 4 to go. Now I'm going to insert the follower. It is a subassembly, and so follower subassembly, I think it's this one here. So I click there, put it there. Whoops. There it is. Okay, I'm going to put a slider mate between the top there and right there. And I'm not going to worry about the limits for now. And now, it does slide. Let's put a tangent mate between the bottom here and this face. Let's see if that works. And it looks like it kind of went in there, so like that. Let's try switching the primary axis. Let's see if that works. Shift 7. And now again I'm going to drive or animate the okay, I think that works. So it seems like for me occasionally when I choose the face rather than an edge, it doesn't work. I'm not quite sure why. It can act flaky, but it has acted flaky for me, but it looks like it's working now. So that will definitely work in the right circumstances. So I think we've got the first one done. Let's put a pair in there. Pair cam right here. And we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to use a larger offset to get it under the second hole from the left. So again, a fastened mate, and right there, and right there. Look at it from the front, and it looks like it's correctly placed. So this should be minus 2.375, and that worked. Again, I recommend that you check it every time you add one to make sure that it works. Check them as you put them in so that you can isolate any issues. So that works fine. And I believe that cam is definitely too big as well, so we're going to right click, change configuration. Let's again put the nominal diameter at 1.5 and regenerate it here in the assembly, and there we go. So I'm going to insert another follower subassembly right there. And put the slider mate right there and right there. I'll take that, view it from the front. That looks okay. Now let's put a tangent mate between there and there. We'll take that and let's give that a try. So we'll animate it. And it looks like everything works okay. So the elliptical cam gives smooth up and down motion, and the pair cam really doesn't move at all until one short period of time, and then it shoots up there. Alright, so far so good. Okay, now we're going to put in the hex cam, so we're going to look for the hex 2. Remember, that's the one that has the small fillets on the corners, so we'll click there and here. And we will again apply it to the axle with a fasten mate right there and then right there. View it from the front. It looks like it's correctly placed. This is going to be minus 2.375. Sorry, 3. Minus 3.375. There it goes. And it is also going to be too big, but we'll change that in a minute. Let's go ahead and insert the follower again. Slider mate right there. And right there. We'll accept that, look at it from the front. And what happened there? Let's see. I don't think I put in the right thing. Let me delete there. I think I put in the parts instead of the assembly. So I'll delete those, insert, click on assemblies, follower subassembly. Yep, that's what I did. So let's go ahead and do that again. A slider mate right there and right there. We'll accept that. And then we will put a tangent mate from there to there and accept that. I think we'll make the hex cam smaller in a minute. I think it should work okay as is, so let's test it. Animate, speed it up a bit, and loop it. Okay, so I think everything's working okay. But let's go ahead and change the configuration on the hex cam. Let's make that 1.5. And just to be sure, we'll check it again. And I think we're okay. All right. Now we're ready to put in the heart cam. And again, that one has to be heart 2. Okay, let's come here and put another fastened mate right there and right there. And we're going to have to offset that minus 4.375. Looks good. Well, let's insert our follower again. It's an assembly, so follower subassembly. There it is. And our slider mate from there to there. We'll take that. And finally our tangent mate from there to there. We'll take that, and let's see how that works. It's pretty big, so we're going to have to make it smaller. Right click, animate. Okay, there it goes. No errors are occurring, and yeah, it's working fine. But let's make it a little smaller. Let's try 1.5 again, and we'll try it again. Animate. And looks like they're all working okay. So the final cam we have to add is the snail cam, and this one is the one that's maybe a little bit more difficult. We're going to do snail 2. Here it is. And this one can only go in one direction, so we need to make sure that we put it on there correctly. So I think this rotates clockwise. No, now it's doing counterclockwise. Interesting, from the right. Okay. Wow, yesterday. Oh, it's going doing them both. Okay, well, let's see. Yeah, we should be able to tell which direction it goes. So it first goes counterclockwise, and then it goes clockwise on the reciprocate. At any rate, we may have to flip the snail cam after we go, and after we attach it. So let me come up here. Let's put our fasten mate right there and right there. And again, it looks like it worked. It's where we want it. So this is going to be minus 5.375. And it is there. So if I animate this, say on loop, okay, it goes. I think that's the direction we want it to go, because the follower has to drop down the step on the snail cam. Okay, now let's put in the follower, and many of you, and me as well, at times had no issue using this follower for the snail cam, but I think it's marginal. By that I mean it could be work only under narrow circumstances, potentially. So we had the assignment, the change order, to make a smaller shoe so that it could fit into this little nook and cranny here on the snail cam. And again, this follower will likely work here. To me, it's kind of erratic when it works. I'm changing something subtle when it doesn't work. But bottom line is that we want our process to be most robust. We want to have a large process window where this will work independent of the size of the shoe, or at least not be on the edge where it's just barely working. So with that, I'm going to use the new shoe. Again, you're welcome to choose. We'll put it up there, front, and then our tangent mate, say from there to there. Didn't like that. Let's try that again. I think I did a fasten mate there. That is definitely a problem. So let's do a slider. There we go. And finally our tangent mate here to here. There we go. And now hopefully we can just let it go. Animate. So this could be 100, and we can put this on loop, and it's working. So you can see all of them are pretty straightforward. The snail cam, again, it has to rotate in such a way that the follower rises up and then falls down the step rather than go up the step. Now in real life it couldn't go up the step, but ironically in Onshape you can get it to go up the step, but we don't want to do that. So you want to have the direction of rotation for the snail cam look like what we have here. Alright, so that is the process of adding the cams and the followers to make your automata work.